Hello, my name is Sean, and today I'll be going over Amazing Hexabuttons. This module looks basically identical to yellow hexabuttons. The only key difference between the two modules is that when you press the center button, instead of getting a 4-digit number, you will get 2 characters.
Alpha, India.
So I'm going to get that information on top of the different shapes each button is in. So we have a hexagon. There we go. I meant to press that. We have a crescent, a circle, square, star, heart, and a cross as our center. Now I'm just going to place some things here so I can space everything out. Now, the major theme with this module is that it is another maze module like its predecessor. The difference between this one and the other one is that we're in 2 different mazes. So to figure out what each button does, we're going to do exactly what we did with the other one and establish a priority list. The 2 priority lists are completely different from one another, so make sure you use this priority list over the other one. So we're going to use cross as the list over here, and that's going to give us our priority list. First, do we have heart? Yes. And this first button is going to get to M1, which is going to basically the first shape's maze in a sense. While the next one on the list will get the second shape's maze. So square's the next one, so this would be M2 in this case. Now the rest of them will basically get directions. We don't have an octagon, but we do have a star, so this will get up. We don't have a triangle, we don't have a pentagon, but we do have a circle. So this gets right. Then we have a hexagon, which basically refers to down, and then finally crescent basically will get left. In that order. Okay, we don't need that part anymore. So, we're in the heart and the square maze at the same time. So the square is over here and the heart is over here. I can basically drop this down a little bit so we can see both mazes here. So basically the first character represents our starting space, so we are at I. And our goal space is going to be the second character, which is I. So we need to get all the way over to here. And basically, the first maze that is active is the first one right here. So right now, the heart maze is active. And we need to get to I. Let's see here. I feel like what I should do is switch to the second maze, right? So I'm going to use 2 as a way to switch to the second maze. And I want to go down left to the F. Then I want to switch to the first maze and go from the F going down left to the kilo. And then switch to the second maze and go left. And then finally switch to the first to go left again to the I. And this is our solution. So basically from here we now have to press all these buttons. So we need to do 2 down, which is going to be square hexagon. And then we need to go crescent heart. Okay. Then down left is going to be hexagon crescent. And then 2 left is going to be square. And then crescent. And then we need to do 1 left, which is heart crescent. And the second that we press the last button, we get a module solved, which means we did this correctly. Alright, let's do another one.
1 kilo.
Another thing is that if you have trouble of hearing or unable to hear, you can always press the status light to enable deaf mode. And that will basically cause the text to display over here.
1 kilo.
My bad for not mentioning that earlier. Next up, so we're going to grab all these buttons here. So we have octagon, we have a triangle, we have a hexagon, we have a cross, crescent, and pentagon. And finally heart as our center button here. I'll just refresh this. And then we're going to use heart as our priority list. Do we have a square? First, let me make sure all of this is well and done. There we go. We don't have a square, but we do have an octagon, so this gets maze 1. Next is crescent, which we do have, so this gets maze 2. Next, circle. No, we don't. We don't have star, but we do have a triangle, so this gets up. We do have cross, so this gets right. We do have a pentagon, so this gets down. And finally, a hexagon gets left. Alright, let's take a look at this. We have basically octagon and crescent as our two mazes. So here's octagon and here's crescent. You can make this a bit bigger. And our starting position is 1, and our end position is at kilo, which is, sorry I had this, there we go. So we need to somehow get to all the way over there. Either I probably have to get to the Lima or the delta, in some case or fashion here. It seems a little bit much tricky than the last one. So let's see. I might see a path. So right now, octagon is our current status here. So what I feel like I want to do is switch to the second maze, right? To go to crescent. And I want to go right, down, down to echo. And switch to 1 and just go right. And then basically switch to the second one to the 2. So now we're at the Foxtrot and we have to go down. We're at the Lima. Switch back to 1 and go left. There, that's a solution. The other neat thing about this is that it'll take you exactly 6 moves to get from the starting position to the end space. And when I mean moves, I mean going right, up, left, or down. So we have right, down, down, and then right, down, left, which is definitely 6 moves. So this is a pretty optimal solution. There could be another optimal solution to this, but this is a optimal solution. So first we're going to have to do crescent and then basically cross. Now if I do hit cross again, because right now we're in the second one, which is crescent, which will take us to another right, giving us a strike. If I hit cross again, there is a strike because we've hit a wall. Not only that, but basically the whole module turned itself back to resetting itself. Now technically what we could do is go right from here and then do 2 right over here instead. Because technically the octagon doesn't have a wall to the right of it. So let's do that instead. We can do basically right, which is going to be cross. Notice we didn't get a strike. But if we were to go down, we would get another strike. Also, another thing about this is that basically if you press the center button while you do input, it will reset the module again.
1 kilo.
So let's do this actual fashion. So we have to do cross, which basically takes us right, then crescent, activates that, then 2 pentagons, takes us down, and then we have to do octagon, and then another right, which is cross, and then basically 2, which is crescent, and then down, which is pentagon, and then we have to do 1, which is octagon, and then finally left, which is hexagon. I hope all of you enjoyed this tutorial. Until next time, guys, keep talking and don't explode.